Hey, welcome to the KindaSleepyPodcast. I'm your host, Knowledge, and our other host to be here soon whenever she get in here. Who I got sitting to my right?
Me. That's your boy Natty, a.k.a. Narrow Reed, a.k.a. Natty Bad Tattoo Dreadlock, owner, operator of Slaughterhouse Tattoos. Mr. a.k.a. helping you look better naked in the city.
Hey.
Keeping it litty. Pull out your bitties.
Really? That's what we doing?
I mean,
We're going to turn this to Rap City the Basement?
Hey, man, for the culture, man.
Hey, speaking of the culture, on our 50th episode, which comes up, we got 4 more episodes till we reach the 50th episode. I think this is episode 46.
46, man.
50th episode is going to be the state of the culture. So we're going to talk about what hip-hop looks like, what fashion looks like, what black movies look like, what... Basically, we're rooting for everybody black, and we're going to tell y'all about it. So that's how we getting down with that one. Speaking of rooting for everybody black, I'm rooting for this nanny who got fired recently. Her name is Lindsay Plasko-Flaxman. Oh, well, no. I'm sorry. That's the lady who lost her mind.
I was about to say, damn, I ain't never heard no black Flaxman.
So this lady's name is Giselle Maryse. Oh. Hey.
How nice of you to join us. Yeah.
Welcome, Miss
Right.
EP.
Right.
Welcome to the show. Thank you. This your first time here?
Glad you found your way.
I had to leave a trail of breadcrumbs.
So y'all just gonna be real petty tonight.
Hey.
You better put them headphones on.
Hey.
I ain't going back and forth with you. We living our best life.
Keep showing out.
Let me be quiet.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, so Giselle Maryse was hired by Lindsay Plasko-Flaxman to be a nanny to her 2 children. She's married to a guy, Joel Plasko. So she hired to be the nanny, and then she tries to text her husband, no, another black person. And she got like 10 O's in here, right? But her husband doesn't text back, so she texted again. I guess she thought he didn't get the text message.
Right.
She accidentally was texting Miss Maryse. She was not texting her husband. She was texting the nanny she just hired. So when she did that, she realized her mistake. And when the lady came back to work, they paid her for 1 day because she was getting paid $350 a day for a 6-month live-in job.
God damn, that's a lick.
Right. So paid her for the 1 day and put her in an Uber and sent her home. So Giselle Maryse, the lady that they fired, is suing them for discrimination. She said she's doing it to show them, look, you don't do stuff like that. I know it's discrimination. And he said, her husband, Joel Plasko, said, the white lady's husband said, my wife had sent her something she didn't mean to say. She's not a racist. We're not racist people. But would you put your children in the hands of someone you'd been rude to, even if it was by mistake? Your newborn baby? Come on, bro.
Because we got 2 black friends.
Yeah.
You know that was the next statement.
Yeah.
I've had 3 black people in my house. If you have counted the number of black people in your house,
Right.
that's kind of close to a sign that you're a racist, bro. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, you know why I can't tell you how many white people came to my house? Because don't nobody come to my house, number 1. And number 2, even if they did, I wouldn't be like, oh, here's a running tab of all the white folks that have been in my living vicinity.
Sign in sheet.
Yeah, you gotta pull numbers.
Got a guest book. You gotta make sure you check in on Foursquare.
But since I kind of came in on the end of the story, was the nanny sent from a third party?
No. They interviewed and hired her themselves.
So why pick her?
That's my question.
Oh, no, excuse me. No,
if you didn't want a black person.
But I'll answer it myself because we can tolerate you for your services, but I really don't want to fool with you. So I'm assuming what it was.
Yeah, you gotta stay in the back in the outhouse. That's terrible.
That's ridiculous.
That's terrible. And then you're gonna fire this lady.
Then you're gonna fire her because you messed up.
Yeah, your blatant mistake. Okay.
Shame.
That's hell.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was.
Egg on the face.
So, in the opposite end of the spectrum, Gwinnett County, Georgia, down there by the A, swore in its first ever black judge, according to appointed to a state court position. Rhonda Colvin Leary was sworn in. She was, let's see, hold on. It says she was sworn in. She was the first black person to win an election for the state court, according to the Gwinnett County Administrative Office of the Courts. Yeah. She wanted this particular state court position because it addresses minor legal issues such as civil actions, misdemeanors, and traffic offenses before they escalate. Personally, I think that's a really important place for her to be.
Right.
And an important job for her to do. Because I feel like a lot of times they catch you on those BS charges and then try to trump up some other stuff, and you get caught up in other stuff as a result of get you on probation for like 6 years.
Right.
And then, you get pulled over 3 years later, and then you in violation, and now you got to go lay down for a couple years.
Yeah, you gotta go hit that pen.
Yeah, so I
Papers on you.
yeah, I think that's a good spot. I think that's a great place. I think more of our folks with legal education need to be in these positions. So
mediate.
yeah, so so shout out to her, and hopefully she's very successful. She graduated from Florida Coastal School of Law. Did not even know that existed, but apparently it produces a decent enough lawyer for you to be a judge. So shout out to her. She actually ran for this position in 2016 and didn't get elected to this past May. So she won this past election in May. So shout out to her. Tiffany Haddish auditioned for Flavor of Love back in the day. Did y'all know that?
Nah.
Can you imagine? Like, Flavor of Love was already a hot mess. Could you imagine if Tiffany Haddish had been on there? Like, and the thing is, like, we say she extra now. Like, we think she real extra now.
Right.
But she got money now and she's still extra. Can you imagine a broke Tiffany Haddish on there?
Right.
Being extra?
Okay, but how many years ago was that?
Flavor of Love was
shit.
15 years? Maybe longer? I don't know. That was...
I think we still.
You know what? As a result of this show, my Google search history is trash. I just want you to know.
All
Mine
types
has
of
been
shit
trash.
popping up.
No, the reason I asked that is because although we still get the real Tiffany, there still comes a point where you have to be completely comfortable in who you are as, yourself. And I think 15 years ago, we still would have gotten Tiffany, just maybe not as confident as much,
I think that she was worse would have been worse back then.
Yeah, but I think she, in some aspects, but I think some of it would have been watered down just a little bit.
No. Not with New York on there. I mean, come on. Look, New York was turned to the max. You had Boots and Bucky.
Yeah.
And the reason I remember Boots is I thought she was fine. And Bucky was dating Lil Scrappy at one point, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And was rumored to be dating Andre 3000 at one point.
I don't know. She was dating Scrappy, but I think Mama D was really pimping her out.
I could see that.
Yeah. I don't know. Who made the raw chicken on the show?
That stupid girl.
With the kind of her eyes were a little bit larger, and she.
What was her name?
Y'all remember that?
Hottie.
You wrong for you.
Okay, so let me
I got questions. Come on with it.
So let me tell you how I remember that.
Right.
So everybody been posting these trash plates lately. I know you posted on Facebook recently. This disgusting vomit-inducing plate that you saw.
Man.
Like, whoever made that plate clearly wants to be single for the rest of their life.
Look, man, they want to get beat up. Man,
after you finish giving us the rundown on why you know Hottie's name and all the rest of the people, Natty gonna have to fill us in on this plate.
So let me tell you. God. So people been posting these nasty plates, right? Mm-hmm. Like this one girl I saw, she posted like this picture of like this uncooked chicken and a bunch of raw green beans around it and chicken broth in it, and she was like cooking for Bae. I was like, Bae should kill you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bae gonna be ass when we get home.
Was this like the in process picture?
No,
that
was the final thing.
The whole
so then somebody up under that comment posted the YouTube video clip of this girl with the raw chicken, and she put like Funyuns or something on it, and said she was gonna cook it in the microwave. And her name was Hottie. That's how I remember that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's how I remember that.
Nice cleanup.
Yeah.
And then you had so think about everybody, but think about what Flavor of Love gave us though. You got Hoops. Now Hoops was fine.
Yeah, Hoops was she was
Hoops done gained a little weight and she still look good now.
Yeah, she's
people think that automatic because you gain a little weight you're gonna not be as cute. Now Hoops, Yeah, it was good. Delicious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Delicious. Ooh, that delicious. That delicious be on the Instagram thing, boy. She be on the Insta snap.
I have to get off her page.
She be on the Insta snap, boy. Be twerking with her daughter. I be like,
Yeah, certain people I just don't follow, and it's not because I don't like. I like Delicious, but I can't
Right.
follow her.
why? Cause she's so extra.
No, not because she's extra, but it's like you're not about to have me sitting up here looking at your stuff all day, talking about, man, how much money I got to save up
Right.
so I can go have surgery. No, I'm not. Like I just can't. Like she's always doing something, and I'm not knocking her for enhancing herself, however she chooses
Right.
to do so. But I can't follow you and be sitting up all day talking about, man, okay, I'm trying to see how much I need to put in my budget.
In your budget.
Yeah,
Yeah.
In your budget.
In my budget.
Put me a little surgery on layaway.
Put you some surgery on.
You know they do that. No, seriously.
I know you
That's
can
a
go get
thing.
it cheaper in the Dominican. I ain't know you could put it on layaway though.
You
No,
don't fuck around
it's like layaway plans to go have these surgeries and these butt lifts. It's serious out here in these streets.
I did not know that.
Yeah, like you pay on it, and then when you get through making your payments, you can go ahead and have the
Yeah,
procedure
schedule
done.
the surgery and shit.
I want some calf implants.
Man, you be looking like cotton, I'm telling you. I'm king of the hill. Like cotton. Big ass.
Ain't got no shins.
Yeah, big ass calf muscles.
Cause my calves won't grow,
Yeah,
man.
mother
It's
big
just, you
as
know,
hell.
I'm out here looking like a yield sign. That ain't cute.
Yeah, calf muscles look like 2 cabbages and shit. Look like 2 cabbages out here.
But you still have genetics. That's just a part of who you are. So even if you
Which is why you go have surgery to overcome those deficiencies.
No,
Think
no.
about it. Because look, Lala used to look like a minivan.
No, this is the thing people have to keep in mind. See, some of these people we consider celebrities, they have the funds in which to go and maintain the upkeep. You don't go get that done one time and then that's it, because you continue to age. You have, like I said, the genetics play a factor. So you have things that are still going to adjust after you have this procedure done. You still have to go. You kind of got to get tune-ups.
I don't think calf implants is one of them things that.
Yeah,
that
you got to
need
go
a
get
tune-up for.
tune-ups.
How you got to get a tune-up for a calf implant?
You got to
It's
work
It's a
them.
gonna
piece of plastic.
It's gravity gonna pull it down and gonna start to slide. Then you're gonna have fat ankles.
I ain't never seen nobody with saggy calves.
Okay, wait. Go get them now. At what age?
I'm not putting that on the air. I just had a birthday.
Give me a range.
I'm mid-30s,
Okay.
early mid-30s.
Hit
mid-30s.
60 and see, don't you have your ankle swole?
How many saggy calf 60-year-olds do you know?
It's
It's
gonna
gonna
slide,
slide, bro.
down.
Your shit gonna be like
What's
a
the
pair of
condition
socks.
called? Elephantitis? or something?
Elephantitis.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why them old me. Never mind. Anyway.
Why they balls be big in their pants?
Yeah.
Why your balls in front of your pants?
You just be sitting there like, how does that happen?
Gravity.
gotta
Why are you so
I got that-
uncomfortable at all times?
Granddaddy sit over there with a camel toe.
You know what I'm saying? Moose knuckle, just there. How does this work?
Damn, granddaddy.
Got all the thoughts on Instagram.
Why you got to move your balls out the way to sit down all the time? Like it's just.
I threw up in my mouth just a little bit. That's nasty.
Let me see who else was on this show. I said Boots, said Bucky. I did say Hottie.
I hate to say it, the white girl.
Buck Wild.
No,
Becky.
not-
Her name is
no,
Becky Johnson. That's the one that threw the shoe at New York.
No, not Buck Wild. The other little trailer park trash looking girl that spit on her.
The
I
one
remember that. I knew you
wait a
talking
minute.
about. I can't remember my name though.
I'm trying to see. They got a rundown here.
Her haircut looked like somebody chopped it with like some hedge clippers.
I'm trying to think. Hold on, I'm trying to see. So Buck
The
Wild threw
electric
a
kind.
shoe.
Yeah.
Oh, Pumpkin. That's her name.
Pumpkin. Okay.
Pumpkin.
I never guessed that one.
Well, her mouth looked like it had, they carved the pumpkin.
The
mouth.
jack-o'-lantern mouth.
Yeah.
She was on. Okay, so after Flavor of Love, she did Flavor of Love Girls Charm School. She did I Love Money. She appeared on Judge Janine Pirro. She appeared on Family Feud as a member of the Gardner family. And she was on Playboy TV's Foursome in 2009.
Wow.
That's
Is that where it did it
Yeah, that's a
literally go in that order?
That's what it says
Okay,
here
so
on
she
the
did
Wicca.
all that and
The
ended
Wicca
up-
of Pedias.
Okay.
So Safari was the one who was on the charm school with Monique, and she won, and she had her own lip balm line called Lip Chap,
Oh, I remember Safari.
and she had her own brand of weave called Safari's Ultimate Indian Hair.
Yakking number 5.
She also holds the record for being the only contestant in the series that did not receive a nickname.
So wait, Safari was a real name?
Yeah. Her name is Safari Windsor.
Oh, okay.
I wonder how her lip balm line is doing though.
Lip
Wait,
champ.
never mind. So in June 2009, she was sentenced to 3 years in prison after failing to show up for a November 2005 court date. She was charged with unauthorized use of her uncle's identity. She served 22 months and was released in August 2010. And there's nothing else from her. Wait. In 2011, she was on this show. I think this is a show, Holland in the Hood. And then
I
she
watch that one
appeared
all
on.
the time.
Then she appeared on Botched in 2014. I would love to see that episode. To be perfectly
I
honest,
wonder what was botched.
What was botched up?
I don't know.
mean,
She probably had a booty.
She had big breasts on the show though.
She probably had like a booty job or something. Cause I don't remember a lot of them girls having no booty except for like a couple of them who was known for their booties, like Delicious.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
booty jobs done before booty jobs was
cool.
the thing. Yeah.
Yep, so you can get a booty job combo.
You know what I
with the number
realized?
4.
I got really disappointed today when I looked and saw one of my favorite Instagram fitness folks was all surgery.
But you know, that's the new come up. Like you go have
That's the
surgery.
new urban model.
Right, you go have the surgery and then you continue to work out after the surgery, and you have people thinking that you
living this healthy lifestyle.
Right.
Weight and all that other
Right.
shit. Yeah.
Because you can sell the dream because you look it. I mean, you look the part.
I want to be an Insta thought.
I know you-
Can we do a GoFundMe for me to be an Insta thought? I can't be no. You know what? Y'all.
Nah,
You
man,
know, okay,
that's-
man. You know what? Let's move on. Cardi B turned herself into police
Cardi.
because she got into a fight in a strip club in Queens. That apparently hurt 2 bartenders. Wait a minute. So check this out. So this actually happened a while back. I remember hearing about this somewhere.
Okay.
So she got into a fight back in August. Well, she didn't actually fight. She's told somebody else to run up on these 2 girls who was bartenders, Jade and Batty G, at the strip club. Now, what's interesting about that, the reason I heard about this is because shortly after it, those girls started hanging out with Nicki Minaj when Nicki Minaj was doing all that beefing with Cardi. So, yeah, I think they might have been there when Cardi tried to run up on her at the Met, whatever Fashion Week thing or whatnot. So, yeah, so Cardi B finally went and turned herself into police for her role in that fight.
Cardi out here putting hits out, huh?
Cardi got to calm down, bro.
Cardi putting hits
Cardi got to
out.
relax. Cardi got a chart-topping song out there right now. Cardi got multiple chart-topping songs out there right now. She got to get away from the BS, man.
Cardi said she gonna keep it the whole. She keeping it real.
Yeah, but she gonna
Keep it 100.
keeping it real. Get you real broke sometimes, though, man.
Hey, your ass looking real stupid.
Yeah, you know you out here gonna end up losing everything trying to prove you a real nigga.
Right.
Yeah, well, no.
Shit. You can have it.
Yeah, bruh, being a real nigga is overrated. I ain't telling you to be fake, but being a real nigga is overrated.
So I mean, not to get too off topic, but do you think that she really had a black eye?
Who, Cardi?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
yes, that was an orbital fracture.
Yeah, she caught her eye jamming.
She caught a whole elbow.
From the hubby though.
No, I think one of the security. I think one of Nicki Minaj's security elbowed her. I think that's what
You know,
was said.
some people were saying it was. from
Man,
him.
Offset ain't. Look, Offset weigh 135 pounds soaking wet. He would have really had to hit her with a hammer to make that happen.
You know
that's-
what?
that's
She outweigh Offset.
That's with all the chains on.
Yeah.
Well,
And
Came through
rings.
dripping, soaking wet. That's what it is. Speaking of which, did we talk about this last week? Did y'all hear that Future was originally on that song, Drip? And that Nicki Minaj said he needed to come out that song, otherwise he couldn't go on tour with her?
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah, I heard that somewhere. I forgot where I heard that at.
Crazy. She fucking up the bag like that.
right.
But I mean, yo, she's really, really insecure if that's true. I can't even front. Like that's some of the most insecure stuff I've heard.
That sound, that Sound like some New York shit.
I ain't gonna say all that. I know some people from New York that. Well, it depends. Like, okay, so
the retraction.
Let's talk about this though. Yeah, so we from the South. All us from the South, right? And so people come from New York and they automatically be having a little sideways stuff to say and a little slick stuff to say, And so I've noticed though, like, and I was telling my homeboy this one day. I said, once you get to know a couple New York people, once you find out from New York, you can typically tell where they from in New York.
Right.
Like people from the Bronx usually be real humble, real chill, but they'll fight you at the drop of a hat. I've noticed that people from Brooklyn usually be real arrogant. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, it's just, I'm from Brooklyn, I know this, I know that, I'm blah, blah, blah. It's a real arrogant like that, but they still kind of be cool. Like it's a kind of a real confident thing. Right. Niggas from Harlem are flashy.
You already know it, B.
I've never met anybody from Harlem that you didn't know they was from Harlem immediately when they walked in the room.
Right.
Like and they be fly now. Don't get me wrong. Like
be dazzled.
They be like, you be looking at them like, okay, that outfit is like a whole wave of the future. Like, where did you even think? Where in your brain did this come together, right? But at the same time, like, it's funny because like they'll come around like dudes from the South, and they'll say a lot of slick stuff, publicly. And so you be like, hold on, bro. And once you check them, it's cool. But it seemed like, they just known for kind of talking to people like that and people not really saying nothing back. Like, I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, they think they're the freshest and the flies. You know how that go.
Like that whole Remy Ma thing when she be like, are you dumb? Like, you say that to me down here, like, we probably gonna throw hands.
Yeah.
Like, down here, like, that like, that Southern hospitality thing is real. Like, because we'll try to talk to you first before we actually kind of go in on you most of the time. But you just coming to me like, are you dumb? Like, and just pop off at me, like, and they pop off at each other all the time. Nah, that don't fly down here.
You fuck around, get head butted.
Why wearing a football helmet?
Right. Yeah, don't do that shit in New York, dude.
Nah, but I don't get me wrong. I love my New York people. It's just that I think a lot of times a lot of things that we do down here get lost in translation up there. You know what I'm saying? And I just y'all come down here thinking it's slow if you want to.
I'm trying to tell you.
Y'all better ask.
End up in them bushes.
Better talk about Miami and Atlanta in the 90s.
Right.
They found out the hard way. I ain't gonna call no names, but they knew what it was. Them New York boys got ran up out of there. They got ran up out of Atlanta. they start coming to Birmingham. Niggas was like, where you coming from? Nah. We know you ain't from around here. You wearing Timberlands. We ain't rocking Timbs like that. No snow
in the summer.
In the summertime. Nah, bro. We was wearing Reebok Classics back then.
No, you can tell a difference. Some dudes do wear the Timbs that aren't from there. But the difference is the dudes that are, theirs are super clean. Dudes down south that wear Timbs.
We'll get a scuffle
they're
too.
like work boots.
Yeah.
Occasionally we'll get a scuffle too.
They
Yeah,
really wear them like work boots.
Right.
It would be out there fighting pit bulls and
Right, and
everything.
Timbs.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Everything.
The dudes from New York about to have a heart attack. Like, oh.
But what's crazy about that is that, like, think about it, right? So Cardi B, hottest female rapper in the game right now, right? Her husband, boyfriend, whoever, Offset, out of Atlanta. Everybody in New York right now sounds like they from the South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's up with that? Like, I know that a lot of people blame 50 Cent. They was like, when 50 dropped that Get Rich or Die Trying, you know what I'm saying? And he was using a slower flow and using the basic, boom bap beats like we did in the South. Then everybody, like, cause think about, like, A$AP Rocky, he think he from Houston sometime. And that's not shade. It's just, that's the influence. Like, he got a Southern influence to him. And a lot of those guys sound like they're from the South. Like, if you listen to Tekashi 6ix9ine, that ain't nothing but 3 6 Mafia all over again. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Casanova. That dude, 3 6 Mafia all over again. So I'm listening to these cats and I'm like, yeah, it's different down here, but y'all still coming down here because this is where your roots at.
Yeah.
And eventually it had to come out.
And swagger jacking.
Hey, Hey, that's a whole podcast right there. We're gonna talk about that on the 50th episode, though, the state of the culture, though. We're gonna talk about a little bit of swagger jacking too when we get to the music part of it.
What our country is.
Yay. Aquemini turned 20 years old.
20 years old.
Wow.
In the
Bingo.
words of the illustrious urban griot, Andre Benjamin, aka Andre 3000, the South got something to say.
That's right.
But you know what? You know what else came out that same day?
What's that?
Jay-Z's Volume 3. Life and Times of S. Carter.
Oh, yeah, the gray cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, the black and gray. The black, gray, and
Where
white
he was
album cover.
yeah.
Yeah.
That one came out the same day, Volume 3. And it was something else that dropped that same day. Black Star, To Live Quietly and Most Deaf.
Bingo.
That one dropped that day. So that was man.
I need the Aquemini on vinyl.
I need all three of them albums on vinyl.
Can you make that happen?
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
We'll find out. We'll see if we can have a state of the culture. Just saying, we're gonna figure it out now. So let's move on and talk about something a little bit more serious. So I always get these strange random stories that come out from my hometown.
Oh gosh.
So this bus driver in Birmingham decided to stop the bus and not open the door and let the kids off the bus. He locked them on the bus and told them that they couldn't get off the bus until they cleaned up some spilled chips and some paper that was on the floor.
Who let Mr. Ernest drive them down?
Now,
He done got fed up.
Mr. Ernest just got tired.
now I did hear that this dude was like the third bus driver for that route already this school year because the kids was bad or whatever. Here's my thing though. You don't detain children like that over chips and paper. Yeah, I get it. The kids gotta obey what adults say, and you want to put your foot down and all that. But you don't lock these kids in the bus while they parents outside beating on the door, and the police have to get called to get you to let them off. This one parent was out there, he said, if I'm not mistaken, he said, nigga, I die about mine and I kill in front of the police.
Mr. Ernest.
Said, nah, I want him arrested for kidnapping. Tell that nigga to get off the bus. Like that's what he was saying. Like, now my thing is, all them kids didn't do that.
Right.
Another thing that came out was that two of the kids got let off the bus somehow. Somehow two kids got let off the bus, but they don't know where they went. Like he just let them off the bus. It wasn't they stop, none of that. And so they didn't find those kids till later on that evening. Like it's a lot of weirdness going on with this story, but this video is an 11-minute, 49-second video that we have posted on the Facebook page, and you see like it's some upset parents.
What were the age of the kids?
These were elementary school kids.
Oh, man.
Wait.
Shit.
Yeah,
Seriously?
yeah. Oxmoor Valley Elementary.
Ooh.
You used to live in Birmingham, so you know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Now I've had, bus drivers, they've taken the bus back to school.
Now that is what I
Like,
thought
you
the
know what?
appropriate action would have
I'm
been.
tired of all y'all. You're not going home today. We're going back to school. We're
Right.
gonna let the principal and whoever else come
Yeah,
out
he
here and
deal
handle
with
it.
it.
Yeah.
Your parents gonna come get you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is. That's what this is. Like,
Mr. Willett.
let me ask you a question. If that was your daughter, what how would you have handled that situation?
She was gonna be up off that bus.
One way or another.
Up off it.
What about you?
Oh, Mr. Willett Earl. Mr. Willett Earl get fucked up. You better unlock this door, man.
So
I tell you, man. How you?
Look, I seen videos of baby girl. She wouldn't have been on that.
Right.
here's my thing. Don't these buses have emergency exits?
Right.
Do they still
Right.
like?
They got the back door hatch.
The back door, the top.
Yeah.
The windows.
Now me, I would have been the kid who opened up that. You
Right.
ain't gonna keep me on here. I would have been that kid.
Because I've always struggled with that since I was younger. I never wanted to suffer the consequences for anything that I didn't take part
I
in.
ain't do.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm just not going to do it. So whatever the consequence that's going to happen after that, okay, fine. But no, I'm not. No.
I'll accept those consequences. I would rather accept the consequences for standing up for myself
Right.
and saying I didn't do this than accept the consequences for something somebody else said.
You know the buses don't have air.
Oh,
They don't-
hell.
They got windows.
Right, but it's sitting. He locked them on the bus. I'm assuming the bus was sitting still, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
hot.
yeah, ain't doing blowing hot air.
No.
Mr. Weller Earl.
So, moving right along. Eric Reed.
Shout out to Eric Reed.
Eric Reed has been signed by the Carolina Panthers. And he is, I guess, effectively no longer being blackballed by the NFL. However, the person who he knelt with, Colin Kaepernick, is still being effectively blackballed. So today in his press conference, his first press conference with the Panthers, after his first practice with the Panthers, he shows up wearing a shirt that says "I'm with Cap." He makes it known pretty much in no uncertain terms that yes, his collusion lawsuit will still be moving forward against the NFL. And he said that the Panthers didn't ask him until after he signed his contract whether he would continue kneeling or not. And what he said was, "I'm going to continue speaking for my people."
Shout out.
So
Shout out.
absolute major 100% shout out to Eric Reed.
You know what I mean?
I'm happy to see that. I'm happy that I'm only semi happy that he's back in the league. I know that he wants to play football, so I'm happy that he's getting to do what he wants to do. But I am only semi happy that he's back in the league because I think they're now going to try to use that against him in the collusion suit. And I think that it needs to come out exactly everything that happened and that they did in fact collude against him. So, but I'm sure with Colin Kaepernick still not being signed, I mean, there's kind of there's really no leg for them to stand on at this point, to be honest, especially considering everything that's come out since then. So,
I mean, what's the status? What?
I mean, these things move slow. The NFL is a very, very large organization with a very, very large amount of money, and so they're going to delay the trial and everything like that. But considering what they've done to Colin Kaepernick, he's got nothing but time.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Eric Reed's back in the league, you know. So I mean, but I don't think that really is going to have as much of an impact as. I mean, I know it sounds like what I'm saying is going to be a major impact, but I don't think that him being signed to a 1-year, $2 million deal, $2 million at most deal, really $1.3 million deal is going to be, you know, as detrimental to the case as some people
Right.
would think it would.
Right.
I think the reason, what comes to mind when I think of Kaepernick and him being the one that I feel like suffers the most is equivalent to the one slave that learned how to read. You were the biggest threat because you could then teach everybody else. That's what comes to mind. I feel like that's why he suffers the most.
What about you?
I mean, you know, same way, man. You know, he ignited the flame. So you know what? He catch the most smoke. That's basically how it go, man.
It's the idea of buck breaking. You know,
Yeah.
that's the reality of it. It's the idea of buck breaking. You take the strongest slave and you put them out in front of everybody and you completely emasculate and destroy them in front of these folks to discourage the other slaves from doing anything. And so luckily, you know, I think that in the case of Eric Reed, he couldn't be broken. You know, clearly some of the other folks, Dak Prescott, we're talking about you.
Right.
Could be broken very easily if they ever were inclined to stand up. And the case with Eric Reed, I mean, it worked out for the best, and it shows that, in all honesty, the activity was worth it. You know, and he believes it was worth it, and he's still standing on his principles and his beliefs. And so, I'm absolutely proud of these young men. Like, I think it's great. So, hats off to him.
Yeah.
Hats off to both of those guys. And I'm still kneeling with Cap.
Yeah, man. 10 toes deep on that.
So speaking of Cap, I'm so sick of this nigga. Kanye West. I'm so tired of him. Like, I'm really tired of him. Like, I am really sick of seeing his name at this point. Like, I am absolutely exhausted with Kanye West as a human being.
It's not going away.
Right.
And that's what's sick about it. It's sick. So he shows up wearing a MAGA hat and a Kaepernick shirt. Oh, side note, shout out to Uncle Snoop Dogg. So Kanye posted that picture of him in the MAGA hat, And Kanye said, Kanye was saying something, and Snoop posted a comment up on his Instagram post and said, "Make your music great again, nigga." And then he said, then he called him Uncle Tom sellout, cool ass nigga or something like that. Like Snoop wanted all that smoke.
Yeah, Snoop ain't gonna, he ain't gonna hold no punches with it.
I'm tired of Kanye West. Like, so he said he redesigned the hat by changing the brim and the shape of the front of it, and said that he put positive energy into the hat. And he did that while wearing a Colin Kaepernick shirt at Fader's offices.
He said he put positive energy in the hat.
I got a call to action.
Oh, what's up?
I need Erykah Badu to go get him.
Yeah, Erykah.
No.
She the only somebody. No, she's the only
Mm-mm.
somebody that's gonna bring him back somewhere remotely close to. Yeah,
Let me tell you why I don't think Erykah Badu can. Okay, because think about it. Andre 3000, after they broke up, hadn't made not nan rapping ass rapper album since then.
Okay.
Which, you know what, you might be right. Hopefully Kanye never makes another album again. If
Okay,
Badu gets
I don't need him to make music, but I need him to get himself together.
Yeah, get in
just
tune
come
with himself.
right,
Honestly,
and
at
the
this
reality.
point, I've reconciled myself to the fact that
He gone.
Kanye will never come back to reality.
Yeah, he's in a sucker.
I mean, let's talk about the rest of the stuff that he's done this week. Okay.
Gosh.
So then there was this diatribe after Saturday Night Live where he filled in for Ariana Grande,
Right.
where he was saying that they tried to bully him into not wearing his hat, and people have tried to bully him into not supporting Trump. Sir, you a whole multimillionaire with security. Ain't nobody bullied you.
Old grown
We just
man.
called you stupid. That's all. We called you stupid. And he proved he was stupid with this next story. Kanye West can't say if Abraham Lincoln was black or white.
Right. Make you do the Scooby Doo.
So earlier he said in a tweet that we should abolish the 13th Amendment. Now, what makes that dumb is that the 13th Amendment is the one that freed us from slavery. So for those of you who don't follow what I'm saying, if you get rid of the 13th Amendment, you make slavery legal again.
Yeah, you going back on plantation.
And that's what, okay, and here's what makes that even worse. So it's a picture of the Make America Great Again hat on his head. He says, "This represents good and America becoming whole again. We will no longer outsource to other countries. We will build factories here in America and create jobs. We will provide jobs for all who are free from prisons as we abolish the 13th Amendment. Message sent with love." Now, keep this in mind. This is what's so dumb about it. You're wearing a Make America Great Again hat. And let's work from the bottom up. You want to abolish the 13th Amendment. So basically, you want to make slavery legal again. Then he comes up and says, we will provide jobs for all who are free from prisons as we make slavery legal again. Let me ask you a question. This is kind of rhetorical. Were slaves prisoners? In the legal traditional sense. Yeah. Kanye.
Mental illness, man.
No.
It's the opioids.
No. I'm
opioids.
no longer willing to give Kanye the mental illness pass.
I don't think there's any difference in Kanye now and Kanye when he first came out. It's not. There's no his personality is the same.
His personality is the same, but his brain has obviously been on drugs of some sort.
Okay, so I'm trying not to do the race card, but I feel like he sits at home and he has conversations with Kim, and she's about, yeah. I don't think.
Where that Delta he used to date? Where is she?
If he was having a conversation with a sister, she'd be like, "Baby, no, see."
And you know what? Now that I bring up that girl that was a Delta that he was dating when he first got on, I don't trust him. Cause you know what? On that first album, he said, "And I promised to Mr. Rainey, I'm gonna marry your daughter." You done lied to a dead man, sir. You done went and married
Mr. Rainey turned over in his grave.
Mr. Rainey ought to come back and slap the hell out you. I'm just now I'm really disappointed in him. So he said we will build factories here in America and create jobs. So here's the problem with that: building factories in America and creating jobs. The companies that have those factories overseas aren't going to use American labor. Do you know why?
Too high.
Called the price of the brick.
Mm-hmm.
The price of the brick is too high here.
You know what that brick hitting for?
You know what I'm saying? You got to pay right now in some places for minimum wage. You got to pay at least $10 an hour. So
way too high. We need to cut them.
I'm trying to tell you. So think about it. Let me ask y'all a question. Just basic economics. If I have to pay you $10 an hour, and I can pay this person $2 an hour. Okay, let's make it even more detailed. If I got to pay you $10 an hour and $1 for shipping, and I get to pay this person $2 an hour and $3 for shipping, which one would I go with?
Go with the $5.
That whole $5 holler.
Y'all are awful.
So he said we will no longer outsource to other countries. Kanye, half of your outfit is made in China.
Right.
Wait, where are your Adidas shoes made?
Shit, hell.
I think that, how some people, and he's one, and they think that they are really smarter than what they are. And so I think he's trying to do this whole, like we took the N word and we made it something positive for ourselves. Right. So I think he's trying to put a spin on this whole make America great again.
You know what I think it is?
But it's a horrible idea.
I think that Kanye is all about self. I don't trust him. Mm-hmm. I think this is another way to drum up interest for his album that just dropped Saturday. I don't think that Kanye West is mentally ill at all.
He got a sex tape coming out next.
I think that Kanye West is a idiot savant. I think that Kanye West is really, really good at music and nothing else.
And terrible at life decisions.
But no, seriously, I'm waiting on the new pictures to drop.
Well, he already had that leak way back when.
Nah, I mean, the ones where it's supposed to be an accident, but clearly it's not an accident.
Well, let's talk about the song that he made, "Real Friends," where at the end of it he says, "I had a cousin stole my laptop that I was fucking bitches on. Had to pay him $250,000 just to get it back for him. Real friends." So, I mean,
Chris.
That's going to leak.
Chris gonna pimp him out some kind of. But that's what she do.
I think Kanye is an idiot savant. Cause think about it. I mean, look at what he's saying. This is the unfiltered, honest to goodness Kanye. And like you said, there's no difference in Kanye now, personality wise, than Kanye then. I think what we're seeing is I think before, when Kanye was in grieving mode, like he didn't talk a lot to a lot of people because he was still grieving. Mm-hmm. Now that he's, I guess, gotten past his mother's death, and he wants to be seen and wants to be liked and has always wanted to be considered elite and all that. He's trying to ingratiate himself to the elites while still making music. I did not listen to his album that came out Saturday. I probably will not listen to anything that he puts out on a streaming service because I don't want to give him a dime. I will not purchase anything that he makes. The only thing that I'm actually kind of somewhat looking forward to is a Good Ass Job with Chance the Rapper, him and Chance the Rapper. And he said something about Watch the Throne 2, which I don't even think Jay-Z knows about at this point. I think Jay was like, yo, anybody talk to Kanye? What's up with him? You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's what Jay said. And I think B was on the side like, babe, you know Kanye is talking about you. You know what I'm saying?
That's how B talk.
Let you have your moment.
Yeah, that's how B talk.
Yeah, you know B got that deep, sexy, sultry voice. You know, I can't do Beyonce. You know, but I feel like she probably saw it before Jay did, and Jay was like, "What's wrong with this dude?" Like, nah, Jay ain't doing no album with you, bro. Everything that Jay-Z and Beyonce are doing for the black community, you really think Jay's gonna sit down and do an album with a dude wearing a Make America Great Again hat? Yeah. Jay's at the point now where he doesn't have to do anything with anybody.
Right.
Nope.
Like,
cooler, chilling.
He doesn't have to do a thing. So why would he sit there and make that album with you? Somebody who is the complete antithesis of everything he stands for today. Get out of here, bro. Like,
Kanye does what my grandmother used to call smelling yourself.
Yeah.
Y'all know,
Right.
really?
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Get,
I've
yeah,
heard
get
it.
to feeling yourself too much.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
smelling yourself. You gonna fuck around and knock the shit out you. You
Yeah.
smelling yourself. Yeah, he need somebody. I don't know.
So we just mentioned wow. We just mentioned Kanye's album dropping this past Saturday. And I have not listened to it.
Didn't even know he had one.
I won't be listening to it.
I'm not going to listen to it. The Carter 5 dropped Friday.
I was going to listen to it, and I don't think I'm going to now.
I gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
7.5, that's generous, G.
Well, here's the thing. The reason I gave it that is because I like to listen to I listen to albums like an A&R.
Yeah, lyrical content and all that.
Well,
marketability and
he
sales.
had some decent tracks on there. I think it was 8 songs too long.
Yeah, once you got past I think track 14, 15, that's when it kind of picked up a little bit for me. But
I think it was 8 songs, way too long. 23 tracks. I mean, first of all, I'm disappointed that I had to wait 6 years for this album. I don't like the fact that it was so long when some of those songs were obviously filler.
right.
I was very surprised by the fact that Drake wasn't on it. I was actually looking for that Drake feature. And yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, I get why he made the album, but I think that with this album, it should have been a little better planned out. And that leads me to another album that dropped this past week, Luca Brasi 3,
Right.
Gangsta Gates, Kevin Gates, Yo Bay.
Hey,
That's Yo Bay.
that is my.
That's Yo Bay. You love you some Gates.
I do.
Mm.
Not because he eat booty though. I think that's a little.
He also smashed his cousin though. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's Drico. You can't be talking about Drico.
I'm supposed to eat your booty. You know what? I feel bad for liking Kevin Gates because I still cannot get over that line supposed to be in love.
Bro, like
They said beat a bitch like Chris Brown, go back to jail, no questions.
Yeah.
Gates, no.
Admit that.
He said it with his
all that.
chest.
That was a whole lot move for Gates when he said that. Yeah, he was in that. He was
like
in that one.
I love Drika. Drika's the girl, but their relationship really does give me like a little anxiety.
Why?
I mean, because it comes across like it's super sweet and supportive. You know, she hold him down. You know, all that old good stuff.
Right.
But at the same time, he probably like choke her at home or something.
She might like that though.
Right, you know.
Right? I ain't talking about like in the moment, in the mood choker. I'm talking about like he probably just like just
You think he
random-
done went upside her head a time or two?
I mean, probably.
And I mean, okay,
I mean, he
I think
refers
that's
to her as my bitch. I mean,
well, that's some people's preferred term of endearment. I think that's
Pimps.
I think
right? Like I'm your wife, you a bitch. Come
Pimps.
here. What?
Right.
I think that's a fair assumption based on what he said in his own music.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at it. I try not to judge nobody else's relationship or think about it like that because I know that, I probably say and do some weird stuff.
Yeah. What's the next topic?
So Logic dropped the album
Let's say, yeah.
this weekend too. Logic dropped his album Friday. I like Logic album.
Yeah, it's a slick album, man.
Yeah, that's
Put
one
together real
of
slick.
Rel's favorite artists, and so I gave it a listen, I gave it a spin, and I wasn't really a Logic fan for real.
Right.
I've never like really just kind of gotten into his music. I'm completely not a Joyner Lucas fan, and I always kind of put them in the same bucket. But Logic gave me some good tracks on this one, and I
Right.
thought it was one of the better albums that have come out this year.
That was a solid album, man. Straight up and down.
Yeah, so I enjoyed that. And somebody else dropped this weekend, didn't it? Said Kanye, Lil Wayne, that Luca Brasi, and Logic. It might be it.
I think that might be it.
It might
bro.
be it. Huh. Well, all right then.
That shit went by fast. I'm like,
I know.
I thought we had another piece to the puzzle, but I guess not.
Nah. Oh, well, here's one thing, though. So we posted this article from Rolling Stone on the page, and it said Lil Wayne's The Carter 5 and Kanye's Yandy marked the end of an era. And it says, for over a decade, Wayne and West defined what hip-hop was and could be. This weekend feels like the end of that chapter. I have to agree. I haven't heard Kanye's album, but I'm just assuming based on his antics and shenanigans that it was lackluster. I'm just going to assume that. This is the first Lil Wayne album that has ever come out to mixed reviews that I can remember. Like, since he's really been on the rise like that. Like, you can't really count what The Block is Hot. You know what I'm saying? You can't count, that first. Well, you may not really be able to count that first Carter album. But after that Squad Up time and everything and the mixtape Wayne and all that, this is the first one since then I can think of that really people listened to and was like, I don't know.
Maybe it was just, I look at it like this. It was a solid album. You know what I mean? Lyrical content, still there.
Yeah. Wayne can rap.
Yeah, the production was kind of weak. And then at the end of the day, you had to listen at the subject matters. You know what I mean?
I think that, yeah. And that's a big part. It got repetitive. You know what I'm saying? Wayne didn't say nothing groundbreaking. I mean, how many times can you tell us about this, that, and the third? I don't think I think it was a concept album, maybe. I think it was kind of like semi-autobiographical for him.
Right.
But even that, I thought could have been better executed. Like, you know what I want to hear? And it's just this idea just popped into my head just now.
What's that, bro?
I'm thinking about how Crit has done the concepts for his album. I think if Crit and Wayne got together, I think Big Crit and maybe, I'm trying to think who else. Big Crit and maybe one other artist out the South could bring Wayne back to the old Wayne. And the reason I say that is because Wayne is missing that bass heavy, string heavy, horn heavy Southern sound in a lot of places. I mean, yeah, he's the one that kind of started this whole sing-songy, morbid type rap that a lot of the kids are doing now. Right. Like Travis Scott. I mean, Travis Scott nailed, taking the way Wayne pushed everything and he kind of put his twist on it. And the kid's a creative genius. Like I love listening to Travis Scott now. But I think Wayne needs to kind of go back to balancing that current skateboard, emo, sing-songy, rapping sound with some of that boom bap. Like, you can't tell me you don't turn on the Carter 3 and hear the Mob or Fly In and don't be like, this motherfucker really was the greatest rapper alive.
I think I know who could help.
Who's that?
Even though he doesn't go by this name anymore. CeeLo. No, seriously, think about it. Even though I know he does some, out there kind of stuff now on his own, but given where he's come from, what he's about, what he stands for, CeeLo could bring him back. Because he rides both sides of the fence.
A Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy the only one that can bring him back.
Oh God!
I think if we heard, I think a Wayne and CeeLo track would be good. Now I'll tell you somebody else, and it'll never happen. It'll never happen, but I would love to see it happen. Wayne and Ross. Think about it. If you got Ross, think about it. If him and Ross did an album together of some sort. Ross know how to pick a beat now.
They did a song together.
Well, they've done a song or two together. Yeah. But I think if they did a whole album together. Like, Ross will pick a beat, right? Ross will pull some beats. He'll get some DJ Khaled tracks.
Yeah.
He'll get some stuff. And he'll get my favorite type of Wayne. Like, you have different Waynes, right? You got this singing Wayne who did Prom Queen. You got Wayne, I Feel Like Dying, rapping on these pop music style beats. And then you have Wayne who really goes back to Hot Boy Wayne, like on Man, I Miss My Dogs. But then you got
give me One Night Only Wayne.
I like what I call cinematic Wayne. Mm-hmm. And cinematic Wayne is who you heard on the Carter 3 when he had that intro. And when you heard the Mob, when he literally rapped about 100 bars straight, and the beats sounded like a movie, you know. And he was like, I don't care who at the top of the stairs, I'm stepping up. I was like, Nick, shit. That's a move.
You got it,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying? I don't care who at the top of the stairs, I'm stepping up. I was like, yo, I heard that track and I had to listen to that track like 5-6 times straight one night. By the time it was over, I felt like I could lift the whole gym, run around the whole world once without stopping, and beat up everybody in the club that night.
Well, I'm glad
But
you
I
just
but
felt
but I,
like
but I
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
all I did was smoke one and lay it down.
Yeah, I'm glad
But
you
still,
stayed at the
know.
crib.
Right.
Yeah.
Cause Wayne got security. I don't. But yeah. So I really want to think. Okay, so let me ask y'all a question. If Kanye had to collaborate with somebody to bring him back, I know you mentioned Erykah Badu, but who do you think it would be? Who could anybody bring Wayne back?
He thinks
Tupac.
he's too good.
You gonna have to go back to the dead. You gotta go back to the dead, man.
I don't think anybody can bring Ye back.
Nah, yeah, Ye lost, man. Yeah, he's always in a sunken place, man. He ain't gonna make it out.
So for the state of the culture, I got an idea. We're gonna do people that, you know, because I know we was voting people off the island earlier this year. We gonna make a definitive list of people who we have voted off the island for these first 50 episodes.
Who can't come back?
And who cannot come back.
I'm with.
How about that?
I'm with all the shits.
Okay.
Oh, and that's really gonna do it for us. That's all I got. So before we get out of here though, I know you said you didn't finish watching Insecure. Have you watched Insecure?
Nah, I ain't get to.
No.
This last episode?
I'll watch it tonight.
Okay. All right.
We can throw some pointers out there about it if you wanted to mention.
No, I'm good. I mean, I know it's the season finale. I'll wait till next week. It's cute. Empire came back on. Y'all watched
shit.
Empire?
I ain't even watched that shit since it first started. Like season 1.
Yo, it was a guilty pleasure for me. You know, I like Empire because it is so unrealistic, but the music be
Yes.
kind of dope.
Yeah.
Music really be dope. Like that Keke Palmer song, I still jam to that. Hey,
Which one?
Hood and I'm bougie.
Oh yeah.
Gucci on my- oh wait, that's on Star. That's on Star.
I'm about to say I
That's
don't
on Star. Yeah.
Which speaking of
Which
stars
also came back.
on, right?
I
And
know that's your show.
Yeah, it is my show. I didn't used to watch it for a long time, and then I binge watched and I caught up.
I bring me.
So Tiana was on there, not to spoil
real?
anything, but
she
Tiana
look
was on
like?
the show. She's been on there.
No, what she look like? She was. She had a stomach
She-
out.
No, she doing the most. But she was on this recent episode, and she basically wanted Star to kiss the ring. She was like, "No, you're gonna go on stage, and you know, I'm the one that put you on. You gonna go on there in front, go out there in front of everybody and kiss the ring." And so they left and went on stage, and next thing you know, she popped out from around the corner with the pistol
Oh, she done pulled the strap.
on stage. I
Oh,
mean,
got
this
the
was in
strap.
front, like on
Get
stage.
the strap.
Right. She was like, "You gonna do what I told you to do, and you gonna kiss the ring." I mean,
Get the strap.
the security came and got her. She done popped one off. It was crazy.
Yo, okay, so this is a question I want to ask you. I saw it on Facebook, and then we're going to get out of here. I promise.
Okay.
I promise. So, shout out to JR. My man put on Facebook, he said that if your man gets beat up while defending your honor, what do you do? My first response was any answer other than get the strap
Yeah.
is the wrong answer.
It's the wrong answer.
Okay.
So what? So you gonna get the strap?
If I can get to the strap, but if the strap is readily available, that's cool. But if not, I'm jumping in anyway.
Yeah, you gonna have to get that nigga off me.
Yeah, I'm just going
Yeah,
going
get 'em
in
off me.
barefoot. You know how I get
Yeah.
down. No shoes, feet out, black bottoms, roll.
Rush, ashy elbows, crusty knuckles.
Well, that's gonna do it for us here at the
You wanna
Kidnapping
fight,
Podcast.
fight? You wanna go
Oh,
night,
you want
night,
to fight,
nigga?
fight.
You wanna fight? Yeah.
Miss EP. You got anything to tell the people before we go?
No, not really. I don't really have much today. Protect your peace as always. Be careful, ladies. There's been a lot going on. Of course, we're always supposed to be aware of our surroundings, what's going on around us. But it's some sick people out here.
They're here taking
Yeah,
poop.
taking
keep- and
whole
keep the
people.
strap.
They taking
Right.
whole people.
Taking
If
whole
you
people.
can, keep the strap.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
Keep the
so-
strap. I advise you all to get armed. Natty, my brother, what you got to say to the peoples?
Man, stop selling them nasty ass plates, man.
Bruh.
This cooking shit ain't for everybody, man.
Okay, give us a quick rundown before we go on these struggle plates. Because, women, that's the deal. You got to cook for your man. Take care of him.
I'm just saying, but cool. All right, cook for your man, but don't get to selling this shit. Don't try to get nobody else to buy this shit.
No,
man.
so the post that you put up the other day.
Oh man, did you see it?
Said smoked oysters.
Smoked oysters
And
salmon, and it was smoked oysters, salmon, and purple onions.
like little slice,
Purple onions. I thought it was red onions, but
yeah.
but I thought. Did you see what they had the cheese on it?
What was it?
I thought it was Texas. I thought it was like garlic bread. Somebody was like, "Nah, that's a baked potato."
Oh.
It was a baked potato.
That's nasty.
It was a baked potato. She put the sliced cheese on there. Man, when I say this is horrible.
It's a lot of women that do that. They'll, cook stuff and post pictures on Facebook. And see, this is the thing, because I'm fully aware of it. Some stuff you cook is gonna taste wonderful, but it doesn't look
The
good.
presentation,
You know what I'm saying?
right?
So I get it. You may have thought it was the bomb. It tastes real good, but it looked nasty.
It looks
and
terrible.
if that's the case, just let us use our imagination. Just
Look,
put
yeah.
a post up that say "threw down in the kitchen for beta night." We don't need a picture.
Look, this had the plate clean. Yeah, this had the plate cleaned off. It was so good. Bay almost ate the whole plate. Yeah, but we
We
don't
almost
need
ate the actual plate.
Right. We don't want to see. Yeah, we don't want to see the food.
It's trash.
Trash truck juice.
Dumpster
Terrible.
juice.
Terrible.
Hot garbage.
But keep them coming though. Give me something to talk about. Give me something to laugh at. So hey, keep them coming. I mean, go ahead and endeavor in what you feel like you want to be better.
So what's your response though? Like, they hit you up. I got you.
Right.
Come over. Romantic night on me. Plate ready. Serve it to you. She come sit it down in front of you at the table. Candles. The whole shebang.
I'm going to slowly morph into Ike Turner. I'm slowly morphing into Ike Turner at this moment.
Dreads just gonna turn into a perm.
Turn to a perm right before your eyes. I'm trying to tell you. That's how it's going down. That's how it's going down.
Well, all right. So, that does it for us here at the KindaSleepyPodcast. Like I always tell y'all, man. First of all, be free. And we'll catch y'all next week. We're gonna record again soon.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday, man. So that'll be episode 47. We knocking on the door to 50. Almost there.
We in the building.
Hey, y'all excited?
Half 100.
Yes.
Half 100.
So
Yeah.
appreciate y'all checking us out, man. We'll catch y'all next time. All right, peace.
Holla, 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 holla.
You stupid.
Bye-bye.